Hello 4C1, Teacher Jesse here again with another video. For today's video, before I tell you about the topic, I want you to look at the picture that I have here on the screen. When you look at this picture, you will see three boys. The boy on the right is tall. The boy next to him is taller. And the boy next to him on the left is tallest. This shows three different ways that we can use the adjective tall to talk about comparisons. Okay? Last time we talked about comparative adjectives. We talked about adding ER to the end of an adjective, so tall becomes taller, and then when we want to compare two things, we can say that the boy on the left is taller than the boy on the right. Okay? Well, today we are going to move on from comparatives to talking about a special kind of comparison. We are going to talk today about the superlative. The superlative is the way that we talk about something that is the most or the greatest. Let's go back to our picture here. The boy on the left is the most tall of all three boys, so we say that he is the tallest. And tallest is an example of a superlative adjective. Okay, let's look at some of the rules that go along with using superlatives. Remember again, adjectives are going to be divided into two categories. First, we are going to talk about short adjectives. Next, we are going to talk about long adjectives. Okay, so first, short adjectives. Remember last time we said that short adjectives are adjectives that are one syllable. So a word that is one syllable has one clap when you say it. For example, long, small, high. All of these have one clap, so they are one syllable. And therefore, we consider them to be short adjectives. All right, so the easiest rule for superlatives and for short adjectives is to just add est to the end, okay? Long plus est becomes longest. Small plus est becomes the smallest. And high plus est becomes the highest, okay? So, adding est to the end of short adjectives creates their superlative. Okay. So what about adjectives that end in the letter E? For short adjectives that already end with the letter E, like the adjective wide, nice, or cute, we do not have to add est, we only have to add st to the end of these adjectives, okay? So wide becomes wide st, or wide est. Nice becomes nice st, or nicest. And cute becomes cute st, or cutest. All right, easy so far? Good, let's continue. When we talked about comparative adjectives, we talked about two-syllable words that end with the letter Y. So here we have three two-syllable words that end in the letter Y. Pretty, friendly, and happy. Again, just like with comparative adjectives, we still consider these to be short adjectives. Okay? Since they are short adjectives, we will add est to them. But, as you might have already noticed, we do have to do something a little bit different. For short adjectives that are two syllables and end with the letter Y, we have to drop the Y and change that Y to an I before adding EST. So, prettiest is spelled P-R-E-T-T-I-E-S-T. We do not use the Y, we must change it to letter I. Friendly becomes the friendliest, letter I, not Y, and happy becomes happiest with I, not letter Y. Okay? So, one more thing that we need to talk about for short adjectives is when to add double letters. Remember that if we have a one-syllable word, big, hot, and that one-syllable word has this combination of letters, consonant, vowel, consonant, we must double the last letter before adding EST. Since big is one syllable, and the letters are consonant, vowel, consonant, we must double the G at the end in order to make the biggest. Same with hot. We must double the letter T in order to make the hottest. So here is our rule. For adjectives ending in a consonant, vowel, consonant, double the final letter, the final consonant, and then add EST. So, two-syllable words or more, that's words with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, blah, 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 syllables that do not end in the letter Y, this is the rule, okay? Instead of adding EST, we put the words the most before that adjective, okay? So I have 3 adjectives here right now. I have the adjective amazing, talented, and famous. In order to create the superlative, all we need to do is add the words the most before these adjectives, and then it creates the superlative. So the superlative form of amazing is the most amazing. The superlative form of talented is the most talented. And yes, you've guessed it, the superlative form of famous is the most famous. So, the most plus the adjective. You don't have to change the adjective at all. You just add this phrase before it. Okay? Are you with me so far? Good. All right, for C1. Now that we've talked a little bit about superlative adjectives, let's have an activity so we can practice what we've learned. Okay? Are you ready? Let's go. So, we're going to have some examples of using both the comparative that we talked about last time and the superlative that we just talked about today. Remember, the superlative can go multiple ways. It can be the most, the greatest, the biggest, the fastest, or it can be the least, the smallest, the youngest, okay? The shortest, the slowest. Both of these are examples of superlatives. The superlative doesn't just have to be up here, it can also be down here. All right, let's begin. All right, we have 3 boys on the screen here. We have Tim, Paul, and Brad. And we have to decide who is the oldest, okay? Pretty easy, I think. I want everyone to say the answer out loud in 3, 2, 1. That's right, Brad. Brad is the oldest. Did you get that answer too? I hope so. All right. If Brad is the oldest, then who is the youngest? Everybody answer out loud in 3, 2, 1. That's right, Tim. Tim is the youngest. Okay. All right, let's look at some new pictures here. Now we have 3 animals. We have a cheetah, a hare, which is another name for a rabbit, and a snail. And we want to know who is slower than the hare. Okay? I want your answer out loud in 3, 2, 1. That's right. The snail is slower than the hare. Did you get that answer too? All right, great job. Let's move on. Now I want to know which one of these animals is the fastest. The hare, the snail, or cheetah? And answer out loud in 3, 2, 1. That's right, the cheetah is fastest. The cheetah is faster than the snail, and the cheetah is faster than the hare. So since the cheetah is faster than everybody, the cheetah is the fastest. Okay, great job. Let's keep going. Here we have 3 new pictures. We have a picture of Bob, a picture of Dave, and a picture of John. Each of these 3 men are varying levels of strong, okay? And we have to decide who, from these 3 pictures, who is stronger than Dave. And I want your answer out loud in 3, 2, 1. That's right. John is stronger than Dave. Now we know this because it looks like the weights that he is holding are bigger than the weights that Dave is holding. So we will say that John is stronger than Dave. All right, let's go. Now, I want to know of these 3 men, who is the weakest? Bob, John, or Dave? And I want your answer out loud in 3, 2, 1. That's right. Bob, with his skinny little arms, is the weakest. He can't even lift this weight here. He's weaker than John. He's weaker than Dave. He's weaker than everybody. So he is the weakest. All right, let's continue. Now we have 3 buildings here. We have a building called Big Ben, one called the Eiffel Tower, and one called the Burj Khalifa. And just by looking at these pictures, which one looks lower than the Eiffel Tower? Answer out loud in 3, 2, 1. That's right. Big Ben is lower than the Eiffel Tower. Is it lower than the Burj Khalifa too? Yes. Since it's lower than all of the buildings, what do we say? That's right, we say it is the lowest. All right, now we have 3 fat men here. I want to know who is fatter than Steve, Sato or Peter? Who is fatter? Answer out loud in 3, 2, 1. That's right. Peter is fatter than Steve. Is he fatter than Sato? Let's think about it. Who is the fattest? All right. Steve, Sato, or Peter? Which one of these 3 men is the fattest? All right. I want you to say your answer out loud in 3, 2, 1. That's right. It's pretty obvious that Sato is fatter than everybody. So Sato is the fattest. All right, grade 4C1. Thank you so much for watching. That's all the time we have for today. See you next time.